What's going on, everybody? Wild Time here with another World of Warcraft video, and today we're going to talk about how to get some battle pets that are going to make you killer gold. I'm talking 10, 20, 30, 80,000 gold battle pets that you can get very, very easily, and they have a decent sales rate. Before we do that, though, don't forget to check out goldkept.com. There's a lot of good stuff over there, a lot of good people that know how to make gold, and they're there to help you. There's a link in the description down below as well as a discount code. All right, let's get right into it. What are we talking about? We're talking about battle pets in Shadowlands. So if you didn't play in Shadowlands, this may be completely new to you. If you did play, you may have forgotten about it. Either way, being level 70 now and outscaling the content is going to be easier for farming what we need to get these. So there's a couple caveats though before you can actually craft these pets. But before we get into that, let's look and see what we're talking about. So you're going to want to open up your auction house, type in archetype, that's archetype with an E, and this is going to pull up all of the mounts that you can craft at the protoform synthesis in Shadowlands. Look at this, 80,000 gold down to 5,000 gold. And you can see the sales rate isn't horrible, 0.01. So it's not going to move super fast, but some of these are like 0.034. Look, average daily sold region-wide, 0.068. So they're not flying off the auction house, but they are definitely selling. And for the amount of work that it takes to get these set up and get rolling on these, all of these are definitely worth it. So I'm going to show you how to go fishing here. All right, I'm not going to show you, not going to give you the fish. I'm going to show you how to fish. So I'm going to teach you right now how to find out which ones are going to be, good, and when you find a good one, how to go about researching how to learn to get the materials for it. Okay, so one of the things you have to have already done or start doing now in Shadowlands is you got to come to Zareth Mortis and you have to start the quest line that opens up the protoform synthesis. So you'll get this just by doing the normal quest line. I think it might be on chapter 3. And then you'll open up here on your cipher research and you need to unlock Dalek. So once you're able to come here, you're just going to need to get this Dalek understanding. And if you read the description down below, grants you access to the Synthesis Forge south of Pilgrim's Grace, which can be used in the discovery and creation of small creatures. Basically, you can craft pets. Okay, now to do this, once you've got that unlocked, you're going to be able to go to the protoform synthesis, which you're going to want to remember where it's at because it's not marked on the map, so I always forget. I literally have to Google this every time I come here. Well, at least I did for a while. This is what it looks like. It's just this little hole in the ground here south of Pilgrim's Grace, about 6259. And this is where you're going to come to see what you need to craft the pets. So let's just pick one out here, for example. Let's just do archetype of, let's see if we can find of Malice right here. Archetype of Malice. All of these are going to use very similar things. They're all going to need Genesis motes, a Glimmer, and a Lattice. So if you look here, this one needs 300 Genesis motes, a Glimmer of Malice, and a Vespoid Lattice. Come up here, this one's going to need 300 Genesis motes, a Glimmer of Predation, and a Terracnid Lattice. So here's the good part about this. Here's the easy part. The lattices you can buy on the auction house. So this is not going to be your problem. These used to sort of be sucky because they're drops, right? But there's a ton of them on the auction house, at least every round I'm on there is. So like right now there's 25 auctions for this. So you can buy these, that's not a big deal. The problem you're going to have is getting these right here. The Glimmer of Predation. I would check your bags if you have played Shadowlands on multiple characters. Check your bags and see if you have any of these laying around because they are account bound. So you might just have some laying around that you didn't even know what you could use it for. But you're going to have to farm these if not. Genesis motes, the same thing. These are account bound, so check and see if you can give them all to somebody that can craft these, and that'll save you some time. Now, what if you don't already have these left over and you need to farm these and you want to farm them going forward? Well, that's pretty easy. You just go to Wowhead and you look at what you need. So again, going back here to Glimmer of Malice. So let's just go to Wowhead. And you type in Glimmer of Malice, and then you come down here and you can see everybody that drops these. Well, at least all the mobs that have been recorded to drop these. For this particular one, I like to farm the Dread Commanders, and you'll just click on Dread Commander or Dreadlord Commander, and then they're going to tell you where they're at over here in this area. So I would just go over there and start farming those until I get a drop. And like I said, with level 70, you're just going to fly through killing these mobs. And while you're here, you might as well just, kill more stuff. They do drop some pretty good transmogs. The transmogs from really all of these mobs in Shadowlands sell pretty decent, actually. Like as you can see here, it just dropped a Staccato Vest, 1200 gold transmog. Might sell, might not, but it's worth keeping up on the auction house. And while you're out farming your glimmers, you're also going to be from certain mobs getting Genesis motes as well. So every little Genesis mote that you get is going to add up because you need 300 of them, and the drop chance isn't, they drop, but they drop at a low rate. You're normally only getting like a few of them at a time. After you get your glimmer, you're going to want to make sure you start to farm Genesis motes. The best place is probably right here at 4375, right about down here. And as you can see, there's some people farming them right now. You could start a group for this. I usually just do this on my monk just because that's where he's at. I just park him here in Shadowlands, and all the mobs that come out just get attracted to my monk, and I just AoE them down. And you can see the spawn time on these guys is pretty good. And if you get a group, you can have them pull from over here, pull from over here. And even if you have competition, like for me as a monk, I just turn on my Rushing Jade Wind, and it's going to hit the mobs as soon as they show up. See, each kill I'm getting about 2 or 3 Genesis motes, so you could get, I'd say in a half an hour, you could probably get about 300 of these motes here, enough to craft a pet, plus any transmog that you get. So definitely worth it, definitely a good farm. Altogether, if you just start off with 0 glimmers and 0 motes, I'm going to say within the hour, maybe less time, you'll be able to get everything you need to craft one. So there you go. You got to open up the protoform synthesis. You've got to farm your glimmer. You've got to farm your Genesis motes, and then you make the pets, put them on the auction house. Now, when you get these pets, you're going to need to open them, put them in your pet journal, and then right-click and cage them so that you can then sell them. You can even do that cross-realm because you can open up your pet journal from every realm that you're on. So good way to get some gold, especially during a downtime. If you got an alt parked in Shadowlands, I recommend doing it. Let me know if this helps. Let me know what you're doing for gold. Have fun playing the game, and until next time, I'll catch you all later.